I this week just got my screen time notification because it's Sunday. I got my screen time notification and it was down 20%. 20% from last week. You know how like it tells you how many hours and it says you're changed so many hours. I'm not going to tell you how much time I spent on my phone, by the way, but it was less than last week. And you want to know why? You want to know why? Because I deleted my email app. I can't use my email on my iPhone anymore. Wow. Okay, 20% of my time was spent checking my email. Was that useful? Like, is it useful for me to be able to get my email? I had tried this in the past. I turned off notifications. I don't have email notifications. It's a miserable way to live. I never have had them, at least for a few years. But that didn't solve the problem because that wasn't hard enough for me. Like that system didn't work. I just, instead of checking email notifications, all that did was it made me check my email more often because I was like, oh, better check if I have any new emails as opposed to just having a notification and then seeing that I had an email or not. Okay. No, I've had no notifications for a long time. It actually made me check my email more. So you know what I did? I deleted my email. And now I'm on my phone 20% less. That was an effective strategy, deleting email. You know what was not effective or not useful in my life? Checking email all the time. Do you know how much better or worse I am at email today than I used to be? Which, mind you, my job at this point, I'm not going to say I'm a professional email writer, but I have to deal with it. Now, there's this inherent lie that you're hearing me say, which is I have to deal with it. I really don't. I think that I do. It needs to get dealt with. I think that's the truth. That's the truth of my job today. People send me a lot of emails and those emails have to get dealt with. But do I have to deal with it? No. Do I have to check it on my phone every 5 seconds? No. Is me knowing that I got this email about this one thing that I don't have to deal with right now like an effective way for me to live my life? I can't tell you how many times I would check my email before or after hours that you're supposed to check your email, whatever those are. And then I would sit there and just think about that email and stew on it and fester on it while I was trying to do something else, mind you. It kind of ruined my life. Can I say that having email on my phone actually ruined my life? And I've just finally, for the first time and since I got an iPhone, like been able to live my own life for a little while. Gee whiz. It's crazy. Useful, effective. Having email on my phone was completely useless. Like, even if it gave me the ability to write an email more quickly than I otherwise would have, or respond to something, or have a piece of information in a timelier fashion, even if that's the case, I don't think that that's net positive, right? Because if I'm reading email on my phone, inherently that means I'm in a position, like I'm not in a position to be thinking about what I'm looking at or engaged with it. And even if I'm responding faster than I otherwise would have, like I'm not actually spending the time and energy to write an effective response. And maybe I'm opening myself up to who knows what sort of other risks that might bring on. I probably write a shittier email because it's on my phone than I otherwise would have, which like is a whole other can of worms. So not only is it not useful, it's like way less effective than the other system, which is, oh, I'm going to time block and look at my emails only during certain windows of the day or the week, or if you're really good, the month or the year. One day I'll get there. So I can actually write constructive responses. We're all like living in this psyop where we think that we have to respond to everything so quickly. I would prefer to live my own life on my own agenda, not my email inbox's agenda. Maybe you guys resonate with this. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I remember when I had a job that didn't have an email address. Like I didn't have a work email. You could actually go to work and then not be at work. Wow, novel, right? Effective or useful? Here's the other thing. Maybe I'm the only one who obsesses about email, so I'm just gonna let me just go off for a little bit, if you may. If you may. What percentage of emails that you send do people actually even read? I mean, the percentage of emails that I send, I write 100% of them. But if people only read 75% of the emails that I write, or probably less, let's be honest, means I'm putting 100% effort into something that is less than 100% received. That's not a very good return on effort, right? Like if you and I have a one-on-one discussion, like I can gauge the fact that you're like listening to me or not. Sometimes we have discussions and you're not listening, but I can gauge the fact that you're listening to this or not. I can quantify the number of people that listen to this. Did you know that? I can. So I can actually tell if there's people engaging with this. I can tell if you're sitting across the table from me and you're listening to me. Like I would call that 100% effective communication.